Hello, this is Sean and welcome to Hero of the Table. Today I'm going to do another unboxing of some models I got from Heroics and Ros. Again, these are Russian models for Cold War era gaming. First up, I'm going to take a look at the PT-76. It's a light tank. It's pretty nicely detailed. Got a little bit of flash here on the back. The hole's going to have to be drilled out to put the turret on, but that's easy enough. Overall, I think it's a nice looking model. And you can see the turret here. Again, got some flash here on the back that needs to be cleaned up, but looks pretty nice. With a little paint, this will look very nice on the tabletop. And sure enough, I have one painted here, ready to go. I use my normal process for painting Russian armor, and if you look here, there's a link to that video so you can see how I do it. You're not going to win any painting awards with this paint process, but it's effective for getting the models on the table, and I think these look pretty nice when they're painted this way for playing games with. You can see on these models the surface is not super smooth. I don't know what the deal is. That's kind of something I've seen consistently with H&R, with Heroics and Ros models, but it's not a huge deal. I don't have a problem with it, and it paints up nice still. So again, here is Heroics and Ros, but I happen to have a CNC model. Same tank, just a different manufacturer, so you can kind of compare. So the right is the Heroics and Ros. The left is the CNC. Pretty similar look to the models. There's some variations in the sculpt, but nothing too extreme. The CNC's lines are a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit smoother model overall. But again, for the cost of the models, I really am liking the Heroics and Ros line. The PT-76 can be found on Heroic and Ros website. It's SM08. And currently it's 75 pence per model. Next up, I have the ZSU-23-4 Shilka. This is an anti-air piece. It's got a quad gun on it. Little radar dish for tracking the incoming craft. Again, it's a pretty nice looking model. Same thing as the others. The surface isn't super smooth, but again, don't think it's a big deal. A little bit of flash here on the front, a little bit on the back, so I've got to clean those up. A little bit on the tracks as well, but those are on the bottom, so I'm not worried about that. I think it's a pretty good looking model, and I can show you one that I've painted. Only have the Heroics and Ros of this. I don't have any others to show off from different brands, but you can see when it's painted, it looks pretty nice on the table. I like the look of this model, and I'll be using it in my games of things like Battlegroup NORTHAG and Fistful of TOWs, Cold War Commander. I don't know if these are in Team Yankee. Maybe they are. You can find that on Heroics and Ros site. It is SM73, and that is also 75 pence. Next up isn't really a fighting vehicle, it's a support vehicle, and it comes in lots of pieces. So, we got that, a couple of those. So this is a MTU Bridge Layer. The hull of the vehicle looks pretty decent. Got a little bit of flash here on the back that needs to be cleaned up. A little bit there on the front. Got to drill out that hole as well. All that's real easy. Give it the basic paint. The bridge here is kind of where the problems come in on this. You can see on the side, just the mold lines inside of that groove are kind of, they stick out. Now this is 6mm, and we're looking real close. On the table, not going to see that. It's not a big deal. But looking at it up close, you can definitely see the difference. So these The bridge itself comes in 3 pieces. There's no real attachment points, so I just glued them on the one I'll show you in a minute. You can put it out on the table if you want. Glue those together like that, and put it out on the table. And then it sits on here, and that's what goes in here. So, not the best sculpt, or just where the mold lines are kind of hard to get to, I guess that's what I should say. But again, when it's painted, doesn't look bad. Not sure I got that centered right. Probably should be shifted back a little bit, but that's all right. Looks pretty good. When it's on the table, you're not going to really see that. You can see those lines that I was talking about, the mold lines in there. I could probably clean them up if I spent a little bit more time on it, but I didn't really want to. And I don't think you'll really notice it all that much when you're playing the games, but wanted to point it out because that is something that people are worried about, is mold lines and things like that. So as I said, I just glued the track layers, just glued the ones on top to this. I did actually break them off once, just how I held it. Popped the glue a little bit and had to re-glue it. Not a big deal, but something that it might matter to you when you're playing it. So overall, I think it's a pretty nice little model. You're not going to need many of these, or a support model, but they are nice to have sometimes, depending on the game you're playing. This is SM100, the MTU Bridge Layer, and it was £2 for this model. So I got a couple of these for my games. And again, this actually, even though it's a support model, this is one that is used in Battlegroup NORTHAG. It also, I wanted it for fleshing out some battle groups for Fistful of TOWs. You might need it for other games as well, and sometimes it's just nice to have these support vehicles out on the table, even if they don't have an impact on the game. So I hope you found this video useful. I plan to keep going through some of the Heroics and Ros models that I've gotten. I'm probably going to order more down the road. Recently received an order from them for a bunch of models that I purchased to play Battlegroup NORTHAG that include Russian models as well as a British force. So I'm going to go through those and share the videos. I hope you guys are liking these, giving you some ideas of what the models look like, unpainted as well as painted. If you like what I'm doing with these, let me know in the comments. If there's anything you want to see specific, let me know as well. If it's something I want to work on, I will look at making that happen. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the comment section. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook, and there I post things that I'm working on, games I'm playing that may not make it to video. There's links to all those in the description below. Remember, you don't need to be an expert to paint your models. Even a basic paint job will make for a better game. Thanks for watching.